Hey guys, Bad Infos here, and this will be a review of the newly released Neighbours Back From Hell, a remake slash remaster of the cult classic Neighbours From Hell games. Does it still hold up? Is it better or worse than the games released almost 2 decades ago? Well, this is what we're gonna have to answer, so watch and enjoy. While you're at it, why not subscribe, check out my NFH walkthroughs, or leave a like if you enjoy it. I think that's a good plan.
Hey!
Ah, Neighbours From Hell, one of the most memorable games from my childhood. 2003 sure was a fantastic year for video games, with NFH being my favorite game of that year. What about next year, 2004? Almost the same, with NFH 2 on Vacation taking the 3rd place. It does not end here though. The games were re-released for Xbox and GameCube. That was the first true remake. The menus, the levels, the enemies, the visuals, the frame rate, and a lot more was changed, but the game was still the lovely NFH we once loved. Well, 2020 came and it brought us Neighbours Back From Hell, a release for all major consoles and on PC. I personally don't own consoles, but I played it and completed it on PC a couple days ago, so I can finally give you my full thoughts on it. Alright, the first thing you're all gonna notice is the visuals. There is absolutely no denying that the visuals are vastly improved. I mean, the old games were locked at 30 FPS on PC and 50 FPS on consoles. The resolution was also really low. Alt-tabbing introduced problems, and generally nowadays looks pretty bland. Back From Hell, however, is gorgeous. The characters are in HD, the items they pick up are better looking, and you can tell what each one of them is exactly. While back in the day I had a bit of trouble understanding what each item actually is. Well, I didn't have that I didn't understand English back then, but hey, it is what it is. Now the game supports 4K, and zooming out really shows you the true beauty of the game. The colors in the background, the always changing day and night cycle really adds a nice vibe to the game. Oh yeah, and the other neat feature is the zoom out. If you have a big monitor, you should go for it. You can follow your neighbor's movement much better and know what to expect and when to expect it. In the visual department they really did a fantastic job. However, I'm really struggling to find another good feature. That is it. The rest of what I'm gonna say here is negative. Oh boy, let's go. First of all, yes, the visuals are great. Unfortunately, this game is missing many items which were in the previous ones. The mailbox is a good example. Nice, bright and important item from the previous game. Gone! Oh, and speaking of gone, what happened to the levels? Why are so many missing? I thought that in a remake you should add more things or just not mess with the formula at all. Where's the very classic iconic piggy episode? The hunting one, where neighbor gets blown up a few times. Where are the rest? Okay, look, I understand that this game is a port of the console releases, but I played it on PC. Why would the remake of the PC version be a downgrade of the original? No, it can't. You know why? Because they had to make it work for controllers. Yeah, controller support is here. Rejoice! The problem is that certain items from the original require a mouse click. An example is the dog whistle and the phone. While the phone was circumvented, now I can just dial a number from a board, they simply could not make the rest work properly. The sleeping neighbor one, I guess, was another issue. Ugh, this is a real bummer, guys. I would have loved these and many others be in this remake, but sadly they were not. On the bright side we have controller support, which I cannot give a single crap about. Yeah, sure, the movement is fluid and nice, the menus and item interactions change, but was it worth sacrificing the levels and most importantly the mouse controls? Oh, don't you know, the mouse controls are completely broken in Back From Hell. Just try clicking on an item in a different room. Watch what happens. I'll wait. Woody will wait too, by the way. He'll just wait forever until you start spamming your clicks every time you wanna interact with something. Do you wanna hide in the original? Cool, click on the wardrobe. Woody will find his way and use it. Wanna do it here? Click it and monitor Woody. Make sure he gets the message, because there's a huge chance he would just walk over to it and stare at it. And no, it's not only in the house episodes. In Vacation Town it's the same. There will be misclicks, there will be frustration, you will get caught numerous times just because Woody got stuck somewhere. I have completed all Neighbours From Hell games, all the mods, and even all the spin-off crappy looking games. Never before had I had trouble with my mouse clicks, but simultaneously never before had I played an easier NFH game. Back From Hell is a watered down version, which requires no thought and not much strategy. You always complete the level, no matter how reckless you are. You can even get caught if you want. You have 3 lives after all, even in the house episodes. The first game introduced percentages. Do you want a trophy and a perfect score? Well, too bad. Figure out the best route and you'll get it. This makes you explore, test out certain combinations. Try this, try that. What do you do in Back From Hell? Select an item, try it here, doesn't work? Well, bring it over here and whoop, there we go. It's gonna work here, hands down the easiest one of them all, and I'm really not a fan of it. No matter what you do, you always complete it with a huge score. The originals took me years to complete at 100%. This is why I made 100% walkthroughs on them, to help out others who had trouble. Here, nobody's gonna ask for help, nobody is gonna experiment. People are gonna play it for 4 hours, complete it and never try it again. Even sneaking around is easier, man. You can combine the fast and a slow walk, never waking up a pet or a human. Okay, what about the minigames? In the console versions we had the circle one, the hidden object one, which got progressively harder as you unlocked more and more levels, and was also random, the hiding minigame, where you had to balance a ball. All awesome additions, adding a nice flavor to the otherwise samey gameplay. Here we do have some of these, but they are much worse. The circle one, for instance, requires a keyboard. Yeah, the original second game didn't, and was perfectly okay with a mouse. This one, keyboard, no questions asked. The item minigame? First of all, why is this here? Does it add anything? No, it doesn't. They are always the same items. They are always 3, and will never take you more than 5 seconds if you're truly bad at them. On the console versions they were hard. You had to plan your route so you can most efficiently time your other tricks. Here it's not the case. Oh yeah, and the hiding minigame is nowhere to be seen. What a farce. I'm truly disappointed in this remaster, and guys, I'm not only saying it because I play on PC. PC certainly has the vastly inferior version, but even on consoles this is not a good release. The missing levels, the easiness of the game alone is enough for me to dislike it. Don't get me wrong guys, I love the franchise, I'm extremely happy that it's still not forgotten. I love the look, the uncapped frame rate, I love the fact that maybe, just maybe, we would get an official third release, now that we see that the franchise is not forgotten. However, I cannot excuse its flaws, and even though there's a few pluses, the minuses are far too many. I'll go back to the originals, maybe install a few mods like NFH Hardcore or Portal, which actually make the game difficult in a good way, and possibly not play Back From Hell again. It's a shame, I really expected more. If only the animations were not broken for some levels, if I could skip the intro cutscenes, if I could remove this annoying anger system and bring back the percentages, if I could only bring back the original music, because yes, they removed one of the most iconic songs too, and the music does not change based on your actions. In the original, if you sneaked, it lowered its volume. When you were in trouble, it sped up. Different levels had different music and so on. Here it's static, it's boring, and it's not great. And that's it from me, guys. Sorry I was so negative, but I'm a huge NFH fan, and seeing my boy get butchered like this truly hurts my soul. I made a 100% walkthrough of this game, and also every single main game modification, and also every single spin-off. Yes, 10 or more of them, so if you want you can just check them out in the description. Thanks for watching, guys, and a very special thank you goes to my lovely channel members and patrons who are LMP Racing, Smokio, House the Chowder, Alex Chavez and Max Robinson. Thank you so much for the support.